Hi everyone, so today I'm actually joining you from the car. We had a bit of power problems, so the lighting wasn't so good inside, so I decided to just come join you from the car. So today we're going to be talking about life insurance versus funeral cover, and I know this one most of our relatives or people we may know have tons and tons of funeral cover, and they actually do not know why they have it. Some of them have funeral cover and they actually think that it's working as their life cover. So today I'm just going to talk about what life insurance means and what funeral cover actually is. So let me start with funeral cover, the one that we are all used to. So funeral cover is actually there to cover for funeral expenses, hence the name funeral cover. So it's there to cover for just your funeral expenses. So in recent times we have had funeral covers that actually have a lot of benefits. You find that over and above the funeral expenses that it pays for, you can have a tombstone benefit built into it. You can have homo built into it for some of us, but who slaughter when it comes to that final celebration of a person's life. So there are a lot of options. There's airtime, there are chairs, there are tents. The list is endless. But as these things, as I'm mentioning them, they are actually nothing other than funeral expenses. So these are all expenses that are incurred in conducting the funeral for the late person. So we actually find that people have a lot of funeral covers for one particular person, and most people do this because they see that, Lerato is about to kick the bucket, so we might as well insure her. That will be 50,000 into my account, so quick money. So what happens if this person does not actually pass on? You'd find that a lot of people have tons and tons of insurance premiums that they are paying on a monthly basis for people that are not actually, they do not even have what we call insurable interest over them. So they are not people that they are financially liable for, but they insure them anyways because they just want that lump sum to come when this person actually passes on. So life insurance, on the other hand, this has more in terms of the benefit that it pays out. This pays out into the millions, and the reason why we have life cover is to actually ensure that as a person, one, there's that insurable interest. You probably take out life cover on your own life or on the life of your partner or someone that you know that when they pass on, there will be a financial burden that would come about in their absence. So if I have life cover, for instance, one, you seek the help of a professional to make sure that, one, your life cover covers for all the debts that you have. So you might find that if I pass on, I had a car that I was paying for, so there's debt on the car, there's debt on the house, there are other multiple debts that I might have. So the reason why you have life cover, one, is to make sure that in your estate late, you have that liquidity, financial liquidity, to make sure that you are able to cover for all those costs that come about. So being the executors' fees, the people that are going to be handling all your affairs once you have passed on. You make sure that you are covering the debts. You make sure that you're covering the funeral expenses themselves. If you have young children, for instance, you can also cater for their future educational needs through your life policy cover. So it's always important to make sure that you sit down with a professional and you tell them all your requests and needs and your current situation when it comes to your assets and your liabilities, to make sure that you get adequate cover. So I know a lot of people like, I have life cover for R1 million, but have you ever sat down and assessed if this is enough? You might actually find that 1 million is not enough. You probably need 3 or 5. So sitting down with a professional is always beneficial to make sure that you are adequately covered. So the main important thing is that when this money pays out into your estate, you actually you can have money that is allocated for your children's future in terms of their educational requirements. You might want to have money that goes and actually sets up a trust for their benefit. So actually having a life insurance is more beneficial than getting multiple funeral covers that pay after the death, and then within a minute or two the money is gone. And I know most people actually use funeral covers as a form of investment. Funeral expenses are supposed to be taken care of on the day of the funeral, and then that's it. So please, if you need or have any other needs of a cash lump sum at the death of your loved one, beyond just covering your funeral expenses, do get a life cover. So like I have said, we get a life cover to make sure that we cover our losses, our financial losses. If the one that has departed, we're dependent on them financially. So you make sure if you're the breadwinner, you cover for your liabilities. Like I've said, the car, you don't want the car to get repossessed, and then your wife is left alone with the kids and they don't have a car, then the mortgage also on the house falls due, and then they can't pay that as well. So you want to make sure that your loved ones are taken care of when you have departed, and they can continue with their lives without any hindrances. So the last one is that these benefits pay out tax-free into your estate if it is the life cover, or to your beneficiaries they will pay tax-free. Even a funeral cover also pays tax-free. So it's always nice to know that when you take some of these covers out, that there are no tax implications, to know that you are actually getting what you actually bargained for when you were taking out that cover. So that is it that I wanted to discuss with the life cover and funeral cover. So do seek the advice of a professional if you want cover that goes beyond just covering your funeral expenses, and you want to show that you're creating a legacy for your loved ones when you do depart. So thank you for watching, and see you next time. So guys, no more multiple funeral covers as investments. We are not doing that anymore in 2023. We are getting appropriate funeral covers, we are getting insurance covers, we are getting all the different covers for our risks that are out there to make sure that we are adequately covered. So thank you, and see you next time.